Okay, this is part 3 of my control panel. I'm just showing you what I've done up to now, just to keep you informed. Again, the next video I'll try and have something else, something different, as well as maybe the control panel, another bit more done to it. So I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so as I've said in the past, that bit of track there, what's under my town, is the bit what's made all this new control panel happen. And it has its first detector bulbing on the whole system at the moment. This was what I wanted this system for. So the idea is, just excuse me as I turn you around, when I want that DMU to go off, when something's running round the main clockwise circuit, like the steam train or my class 68, I send that off, which I'll get it going now. So off it goes, past the container alley, past the paint shop, past the flying saucer, so it comes round, like usual. There's mess everywhere. So that's coming round. And it's going to go under the town scene in a second, and I'll take you up to the control panel to show you what happens. Now it's set to go into the parking bay. So there it is going underneath. I'll take you round. And when that little blue light comes on, it's in position. So that is clear of this point here. So if I change that point, so that's the point change, and I'll take you around again. I'll just recall the steam train. Let's excuse the turn. So that steam train is going to go off. And this is just to show that it is clear of the point. Now you can't see, but I will take you around and show you. And that's it going round. So I'll just go underneath and I'll show you what I mean, where it's parked. Okay, so just down here where this piece of white plastic is, which I can't zoom in on, which is there, that bit of plastic, that's indicating where that track the DMU is sat on. And as the steam engine goes past, you'll see it clearly misses the DMU. And how I've detected this piece of track, I've just connected a rail joiner, and there's my 37 going past in the anti-clockwise direction. Just got a torch under there just to light it up. and my steam engine's just going to go past as well. So I'll stop the train what's running around the main clockwise track, and I'll bring the DMU out. The class 37 is going round there. I'll change this point, and my DMU is ready to leave that area. Everything's been cleared, comes out of the zone where the detector part is, and it'll come back into view there. And we'll follow it back round it to go back into the station, and then the main line can go again. And eventually there'll be a detector in that bit, and that's it back. And now the main line train can leave the station and go off. All I've got to do is change the point for it back up here, back up there. The point is changed, ready for the steam engine to go on its journey. So that's why I did all this work for, so I can see it happen when I can't see it happen. So there you have it. So more tape to put on to the next stage, and some more indicator lights. So I'll do a bit more. Oh well, I've got two detectors on now. One where it was with the DMU, and that class 60 there is detected by the bottom blue light, and the tuppence that's just indicating where I'm going to draw a circle for my turntable. So that's why that's there. So I have two detectors. It's taken a bit of doing because there's been a bit of a fault. Anyway, it's all sorted now. Well, okay, some more lights in. The orange is the TMD yard, and as I've said before, it goes through my turntable, so I use my turntable more because I like it. It works brilliant. So at the moment, the 2 points here and there, that one's going into the shed, those two lines, and those are next to it, which if I bring you down here, which is them two, and that line is the green colour, which is the return loop. So at the moment that's going straight on, and that one's going straight on, and they show it. going straight on. So if we press the button and press that one, they're now pointing towards each other. And if I go down here, they're pointing towards each other. A bit of a mess at the moment, a bit of dust, I'll soon hoover up. So that's those 2 points. I've got 1 point still to do, which is number 7 there, and then it's back to how I had it on my previous board, but it looks a lot better like this. So very pleased. The 2 lines here are in the one of the steam sheds, so there are engines in it, which if I come down here, and that's those 2 lines there and there, and that diesel's there, which is why that line is lit, because there's an engine on it. So that's what I'm up to at the moment on this. Very pleased with it. And the circle, that circle is my turntable. I thought I'd put a little circle round just to do. What I'm hoping to do is to put a bulb right in the middle, and when a engine's on the turntable it will light up. I haven't done it yet because I need to speak to Alistair at ADM so I know which wires to tap into underneath. He's done such a good job, I don't want to make a mistake and having to repair it. But when I show him this, he'll understand why I want to do it. Okay, so I got the last point motor in to where I was before, as in the switch and the lights. And the other thing I've done, I've put in 3 indicators in that storage line there in the TMD, and it's lit up because that engine's in. Now what happens when you run it out, which, just give me a second. So the engine's moving, it's gone into that bay, and then it'll go out. It's gone into the next bit, the middle one will go out, and when it leaves the area, that goes out. So if I wanted to stop it in the middle one, and I'm not looking at my engine, the engine's going to go back in a second. It's in that one. It's going into there. Now it's in the middle. And if I go down and show you, what I've done is I've taken that bit of card up there, which goes in there. So why I took it up was because I had to cut the track there, there, and then on this side, so I could solder some wire on to put the detectors. So on this piece of track, my detectors are attached to the black wire. On this piece of track, they're going to be connected to the white wire. Like I've said, it doesn't matter which one the detector goes in, as long as it's in one of the droppers. And it was just convenient to cut that, and then I'll fill these little holes in the card, stick the bit of card on, and I wanted to solder the track on the outside of the track so it doesn't interfere with the engine. So that has worked. So each segment, that segment has a dropper on, that has a dropper on, it has one there, it'll have one on here somewhere there, and then the ends are what do that run. So that's the sensors in the engine shed. There's only going to be two segments, a front and a back. I have a bit more tape to put on here, which is to do with that line there. But otherwise, I've run out of detectors. There's actually 7 up there. One's got a fault on. Didn't work. Don't know why. It's not a problem. So that's them, and I'm back to the stage I was before when I had the other board, and I'll just show you the difference between the two boards. Just hold on. So that's the other board. Because I knew what my track actually was, I knew that was a scissor crossing. I knew those were the 2 points on the outside track. That one there was the one what takes it to that siding underneath the town scene. That's the one I've just done, what comes out and goes into the turntable. That's the other entrance into the turntable. And those 2 there were them 2. And there's a bit of a difference between that and that. And someone else could actually use this layout who's never used it before to change point, because they will be able to look, and hopefully it would be self-explanatory to that point there is that one there, and so on. And those 2 are those 2. And that diesel is on that line. So that's as much as I can do for now. I can put some more tape on here to do this area down here from that line there. But I'd like to do a bit to the gantry. So that's probably what I'm going to do next, is a bit more to my gantry. So there we have it. So far, so good. Well, I think so anyway. As I said, just a little bit more done to it. It's a little bit maybe to you, but it's a lot of work for me. Going underneath, extending wires, altering little things for the bulbs to come through, making it better on my panel. Just different little things. I have to extend the detectors because they come about 8-10 inches long with a plug on each end, but then naturally there's only going to be one what's next to the board, and then all the rest have to have extensions on, so there's all that to do which you don't see. So I hope this was another insight, and thanks very much for watching, and I'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye.